Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I'm going to speed through this preview video for Monday Night Football, September 26th, the Atlanta Falcons visiting the New Orleans Saints. The reason I'm going to speed is because it's less than an hour till kickoff, and I meant to get this out earlier. ESPN has had up this story all day when a blocked punt symbolized rebirth of New Orleans, and it's a story about Katrina and how they went on to win the Super Bowl. Notice the Falcons players wearing the number 44 up here. I can tell you about all these numbers, but notice the 44. They got that on a screen for a reason because the word rebirth, which is emphasized in gematria, sums to 44. Of course, the Saints won Super Bowl 44. This offseason on April 9th, Will Smith, part of that Super Bowl 44 team, died supposedly after being involved in a car accident that turned into a shooting and the loss of his life. I have a lot of work on the death of Will Smith. The night he died, the actor Will Smith was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at the MTV Movie Awards, which had a black and gold theme this year, like the Saints colors. Will Smith, the actor, Will Smith, the football player. Will Smith, the actor, was just in the movie Concussion about the NFL, and before that, a gambling movie having to do with football and the New Orleans football team. It's not the Saints in that movie, but you see the parallels. Anyway, rebirth equals 44. Will Smith equals 44. The word kill equals 44. The Saints won Super Bowl 44. New Orleans Saints in gematria sums to 91. Will Smith wore the number 91. The date he died this year, a lot of things stand out about that date, April 9th. That date can be written 9/4. Tonight, the coach of the Saints, Sean Payton, is going for his 94th all-time win, exactly 94 days after his birthday, and the opposing coach, Dan Quinn, in gematria, equals 94. Drew Brees also comes in with 94 losses in the regular season. Today's date, the date of the game, it's a date with a life lesson number of 44. And, rebirth, the Saints haven't won yet. Tonight, a win would be big for them. They would start 1-2, looking something like the number 12. The number 37 is the 12th prime. Drew Brees, the quarterback, is 37 years old, part of that Super Bowl 44 team that defeated who? The Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning. Who's Peyton Manning? The son of Archie Manning, who played his whole career for the Saints that never won anything. Your NFL has always been scripted by the numbers. I'm showing you just how dark it is right here. Will Smith's death and this game are directly connected. It is not a coincidence. Ritual sacrifice by the numbers. See the video I put out yesterday talking about this same number 94 and the death of the young baseball player for the Marlins. I'm going to talk about that same parallel here. The Saints got good after Hurricane Katrina. Will Smith was born July 4th. 7/4, Independence Day equals 74, Holiday 74, Katrina 74, Katrina the storm that destroyed part of New Orleans. The qualifying wind speeds for a hurricane is 33 meters per second or 74 miles per hour. Look it up. Katrina 74, Killing 74, Masonic 74, Jewish 74. A lot of people say that that storm was engineered and steered to do what it did. I remember the week before it happened, all the coverage about how it could happen. It seemed so amazing that they could predict it so well, and then once it happened, there was no response ready. For a whole week, they had us ready in the news for the storm Katrina. Then it happened, and then they told us the government wasn't ready. We're being played with in this nation. We're being made fun of. Anyway, HARP, the military research facility that messes with the ionosphere and steers weather, HARP equals 44, huh? The kill number. Again, today's game comes on a date with 44 numerology. From the date Will Smith died until today's game is 171 days. I don't exactly see anything in that. The Saints are going for their 17th win on Monday Night Football. Sainthood has to do with the Catholic Church. The word Catholic equals 71. The reflection is 17. 171 days. There's a 17 and 71 in there. He would have turned 35 this year on July 4th. Catholic, the small way equals 35. We've only had one Catholic president in this nation, JFK, the 35th president. Roman Catholicism also has that gematria 74. So notice the Saints are at 331 wins, so are the Falcons. 331 is the 67th prime number. Blood sacrifice equals 67. Today's game is a big tribute to the death of Will Smith, and if he really died, no doubt it was a blood sacrifice. This will also be the 94th game all-time between the two teams. Falcons and Saints, 94th regular season game. Again, Sean Payton going for his 94th career win, 94 days after his birthday. Dan Quinn equals 94. Notice that right now, the New Orleans Saints have defeated the Falcons 45 out of the 48 times, or out of the 93 times in the regular season. What's interesting about 45 is Drew Brees equals 45, New Orleans equals 45. This is a big game for this team. If they win and get to 46, remember that the word sacrifice equals 46. And again, this game has everything to do with the death of Will Smith. Drew Brees is also going for his 131st career win. When you write out Super Bowl, it equals 131. When you write out championship, it equals 131. When you write out 57, it equals 131. World Series equals 57. All these numbers connected. If he gets the 131st win today on the date with 44 numerology, it'll be a big tribute to Super Bowl 44 and the loss of Will Smith, you see? Drew Brees currently has 99 total losses. Drew Brees equals 99. You know, is he going to get his 100th, or is he going to win and get win number 131? To me, 131 makes more sense tonight. Tom Brady sitting at 223 games played. Masonic 223. Remember, Bill Belichick came into the season with 223 wins. Said why he would defeat Arizona before the game was played. Preview video is still up if you want to go back and watch him. Showing how football's rigged all season. This game from Drew Brees' birthday is a span of 112 days. 112, a big number on the season. Houston equals 112, hosting Super Bowl 51. He'll turn 38 just before the Super Bowl. Football equals 83, the reflection of 38. His date of birth, January 15th. If he wins tonight, he'll be 11-5 against Matt Ryan in his career. 11-5. His birthday, 115. Born on a date with 114 numerology. You know what? This is a typo. Matt Ryan's not born April 11th. Well, there is. The Matt Ryan, the actor, is. I meant to delete that. So ignore that. Matt Ryan's not born April 11th. Not the football player. His date of birth, though, is a date with 33 numerology. So is Sean Payton's. And MNF for Monday Night Football equals 33. Him and the coach have 33 going. Atlanta's also on the 33rd parallel. Atlanta, 33, typically the number of sacrifice. Atlanta has the worst winning percentage in the entire NFL on Monday Night Football. Dead last, Atlanta is. MNF 33. ATL, the abbreviation 33. Big number on Monday Night Football. Notice it's 16 weeks also until Drew Brees' birthday, or from his birthday. When you write out 16 as a word, it sums to 33. We're in the year 2016. 16. The name Matt Ryan in Gematria also sums to 112, just like Houston. His name's just like Houston. That's why I said if I was betting on teams, I don't expect the Falcons to be in the Super Bowl, but I might put a small bet down on them just in case. Georgia, one of two states that sums to 44, the Super Bowl on a date with 44 numerology this year. But anyway, Matty Ice, we'll talk more about that nickname as well. His birthday is May 17th. From his birthday to the game is 132 days, the product of 33 times 4. Interesting that his birth numerology corresponds with the gematria of New Orleans. Drew Brees, the small way, is 45. New Orleans is 45, the small way. New Orleans, the big way, is 126, just like Matt Ryan's birth numerology. You know, plays in the division with New Orleans, big rival, a lot of big games between these teams. Matty Ice, his nickname has gematria of 96, like Freemason, and 33, the small way, the number of Freemason obsession. Today's game is also the day that leaves 96 days left in the year. And if I've read this backwards and the Falcons win, this will be the read that I misread. But with all the 94 lining up and the death of Will Smith, I think that's favorable for the Saints tonight and the whole rebirth theme. Becoming 1-2. 0-3 is a mighty hole to dig out of. So here's Sean Payton. His birthday is December 29th. He's currently age 52, the number of prophecy. From the game today to his birthday is 94 days. His date of birth, date with 33 numerology, just like his quarterback. Sean Payton currently 93-61 all time. If he wins tonight, 94th win, 94 days after his birthday, the 94th game against the Saints and Falcons against the coach, Dan Quinn, with the 94 name gematria. You know? I think just too much lines up there for the Saints not to win this game. And here's also the kicker. This is going to be Sean Payton's 147th game coached. 94 written out sums to 147. His 94th win in his 147th game. It'll be his 88th regular season win because this stat line up here includes the playoffs. In baseball this year, we saw the Cubs get their 94th win in their 147th game. World Series equals 147. The season began on the 94th day of the year. In spring training, I said why I expect the Cubs to be in the World Series and win it this year. Look at Patrick Sean Payton, his full name, 208, just like New Orleans Saints, born to be. Manchurian athletes, Manchurian coaches, scripted leagues, puppets actors. His first name, Patrick, has the gematria 33 like MNF. Here's Dan Quinn, who has a September 11th birthday. Remember, 911's the 156th prime number, and when you write out 33, it sums to 156. 911 made the National Emergency Dialing Code the same year World Trade Center construction began in 1968, 33 years before September 11th, 2001. The firm that built the towers, their name equals 156, so does false flag. Anyway, 9/11 has a cheap trick back to 33. It's 15 days after his birthday. Atlanta equals 50. So for you Falcons fans, there's some hope for your team. There's some things that line up for Atlanta, but I really think you guys are the GOAT tonight to give New Orleans their first win. Last week, New Orleans lost to the Giants, as I predicted. I pointed out that when the Giants won the game, they'd be 16-13 all time against the Saints. And what was the final score? It was 16-13. What a joke. Anyway, here's the coordinates for Atlanta. Here's the coordinates for New Orleans. Notice they're on the 29th parallel. Football the small way equals 29. Will Smith died on a date in New Orleans with 29 numerology in the city. You know, football player. Dan Quinn comes into the game 9-9. Again, Drew Brees equals 99. If he loses, he'll be 9-10, kind of like 9-1-0, kind of like the number 91. New Orleans Saints 91. Will Smith 91. If he wins, he'll be 10-9, like his birth numerology, 109. And 109 is the 29th prime number connecting to the coordinates of New Orleans. But again, too much lines up in my mind for the Saints to lose tonight. This will be the 37th game all-time for the Saints. They're going for their 17th win. When you write out 17, it has gematria of 37. Drew Brees is 37 years old. Again, 37 is the 12th prime. The Saints will be 1-2, a lot like the number 12. Atlanta Falcons. This will be their 40th game on Monday Night Football. Atlanta Falcons equals 40. You know, that's interesting. If they lose, it'll be their 28th loss against the New Orleans Saints, which has that 208 gematria, kind of like 28. When you write out 40, it sums to 84. Atlanta on the 84th meridian. One of my subscribers pointed out that this week, it's the same scenario as last week. If the home team loses, which is the Saints, home teams will be 9-7 for the week. In week 1, home teams were 7-9. Week 2, they were 9-7. Will the pattern continue in week 3? If so, that means Atlanta's winning 9-7. Remember, this is the 97th season of the NFL. Yesterday's games were on the day that left 97 days left in the year. If the Saints win, they'll be 10-6. 10-6, a lot like 106, the number of prophecy. Revelation's the book of prophecy. Revelation equals 49. Will Smith died on April 9th. That New Orleans basketball player died 49 days later. Got videos on both their deaths. So, you know, there is life for Atlanta. I could be reading it backwards, but with all the 94 lined up, you know, Sean Payton going for his 94th win, I'll be surprised if he doesn't get it. Until next time, true.